Here we have another Wolverine copy on the market, but is it any good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to take a look at a knockoff of the SH Figuarts Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine movie. A big thank you to the guys from Salix Wholesale Toy Store for making this review possible, and if you want to get this figure you can do so over my link in the video description. I do have the original, so I will compare it to this KO a little bit later in the video. But first, a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, it is practically the same size as the original. Print is obviously darker on the KO, and some of the texts and logos are missing. We still have a plastic window showing the figure and some of the accessories. Here is how one side of the box looks in comparison to the original, and then here is the back. It is almost the same. Here is the other side of the box. On the top of the KO box we have this GF logo, because this copy is made by GF Factory, the same company that made that better copy of Revoltech Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden 2. And then here is the bottom of the box. But now, let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. Here's our Wolverine KO out of the box, and let's get this right out of the way. The head is really bad. To me it looks like Gary Oldman cosplaying Wolverine. This just doesn't look like Hugh Jackman. But the rest of the figure honestly looks fine. So far I don't have any issues with it. The joints feel good, nothing is loose. In fact, I have an issue with stuck joints, but only the toes. As I always say, heat up the figure with a hairdryer for only a couple of seconds before you start messing around with the joints. But here is how this KO looks in a simple standing pose, and it is around 15 centimeters tall. Taking a closer look at the details, here is that awful head that looks nothing like Wolverine. For some reason they gave it a hard mustache and a beard, so this really throws you off when you are looking at this figure. The mask looks good, but if you pay attention to the nose, you will see that the mask is slightly tilted to the side. It is not centered, but the ears look good. They have these sculpted lines here, top of the mask as well. Here is how the back looks. So it is fine, but the face, this is just awful. Here is a closer look at the torso, and it looks good. All the blues and yellows of the suit are nicely done. The texture is visible, and they even painted these small silver buttons. Shoulder armor is connected to the front of the shoulders, and here is how the arms look. Everything seems to be fine here. Then we have the belt with the X logo, and here is how the back of the figure looks with even more of these small silver details. Here is a closer look at the legs, and they also look fine. And finally here are his boots. So overall, other than the head of course, the body looks good, especially for a knockoff. But let's now take a look at his articulation. The head and the neck do give you a great range of movement. He can look side to side, tilt the head side to side. Here's how far he can look down and up. We do have these butterfly joints, and you can see how far they can come out of the body. And so here is how far the arms go across the chest. Here is how far they move across the back. Arms rotate 360. As I said, these pieces are connected in front of the shoulders, so they do hinge up and down. This is how far the arms go out. We have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a swivel in the wrist, and a hinge in all directions. We have two cuts in the torso, so together they give you a nice side to side rotation and a nice side to side tilt. He crunches forward only slightly and then slightly bends back. There is no drop down joints here, but here is how far the legs move out. Here's how far they move forwards and back. We have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, a swivel in the ankles, feet move slightly forward, much better back. We have a nice toe joint and a generous ankle pivot. So as you saw, the articulation works beautifully. There is no issues in that department, but again, my only gripe is the way that this head looks. Let's now take a look at his accessories. First, he comes with an alternate angry head sculpt, and if you were hoping that this one is better, it maybe is. At least there are no hard mustache on this one, so this one is kind of passable, at least in my opinion, definitely better than the one that is on the figure. So yeah, we get this, and even the nose part of the mask is handled better, I would say, on this alternate head. So yeah, this one is not that bad. Then we get few pairs of hands. We have a pair of relaxed hands that are already on the figure. We get a pair of fisted hands, another pair of more dynamic open hands. Then we get a pair of his fisted claw hands, and while this one is fine, as you can see, this one has crooked claws. They are kind of soft, so all I need to do is heat this up with a hair dryer for a couple of seconds, and these should come back into their original position. So this is not a real issue. And finally, we also get a pair of those same open hands, but with claws out. And on these, as you can see, they are also warped, so I need to apply some heat on these ones as well. Let's now compare this guy to some other figures. And of course, we're gonna start by comparing this guy to the original SHF. And as you can see, they are almost the same height. The original is slightly taller, but also looks slightly wider, stronger. So when you have them side by side like this, you can definitely tell that this is a copy. The colors are also not the same, at least the blue ones. Yellows kind of are similar, but the blues are slightly brighter on the original, while here they are kind of darker. The heads, there's no contest here, but the original head is bigger than what we are getting with this KO, and here they both are from the back. And here is a side-by-side comparison of the two head sculpts, and as you can see, this one does look like Hugh Jackman under the mask, while this one does not. There we go. And here is also a comparison of the two alternate angry heads, and as you can see, this is the KO, obviously. This one is not that bad. It's not as sharp and as nice looking as the original, but it is definitely better than the first one. I would also like to point out that this hand is the original, and look at this. This one also has the warping issue, so it's not something that is specifically characteristic for bootlegs and knockoffs. These things happen with the originals as well. But since we have the original here, I wanted to see if the original head can go on this KO body. And okay, not bad. Here is how that looks. I don't know, what do you guys think? And then here is our knockoff with its alternate angry head, so you can see how that looks on the body. Again, much better than this first one. We can also try the original angry head on this knockoff body, and it also looks pretty good. Switching off the hands on this KO, no issues there. Here is how the wrist joint looks, and we can give him one of his claw hands, so here is how that looks. Moving forward with the comparisons, here is how he scales with the original SH Figuarts Deadpool and Marvel Legends movie Deadpool. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man and X-Men 97 Wolverine, City Toys knockoff of Mayfac's Brown Suit Wolverine and The Amazing Spider-Man, Mayfac's Classic Suit Spidey and Daredevil, SH Figuarts Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Sentinel Peter B. Parker, City Toys knockoff of Revoltech Agent Venom and Max knockoff of Revoltech 2.0 Deadpool, Mass Toys Symbiote Spidey and AC Factory Ultron, Star Wars The Black Series Vader and Stormtrooper. And then to see how he scales to some larger figures, here he is next to the NECA Movie TMNT Raphael and Masters of the Universe Revelation He-Man, NECA Feral Predator and Savage Crucible Veteris Repax, and finally YOLO Park Transformers AMK Pro Series Optimus and Starscream. So there you go, that was my look at a knockoff of the SH Figuarts Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Honestly, if you can customize the heads or you can replace them with some other custom head, this figure is really not that bad. The body is pretty good for a copy. In that sense, it has no major issues, joints work fine, and the sculpt looks good. If you are like me and you have the original, this could serve as a cheap secondary body that you can use with one of the two original heads, so you can have both on your display side by side. You can even turn this knockoff into a sleeveless version from the movie. Whatever you want to do. Once again, a big thank you to Salix Wholesale Toy Store for making this review possible, and if you want to get this copy, you can do so over my link in the video description. You've heard my thoughts, and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this figure? What do you think about the body if we ignore these bad heads? Do you maybe plan to get this figure? Do you plan to customize it? Let me know all of it down in the comments. As always, a huge thank you to my Patreon and channel members for their support. If you can also join and help, please do so. Links are in the video description. And of course, to all of you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.